All right, hello everyone. Since we will not be meeting on Zoom today for class, what I would have done is review a little bit of 4.1 and 4.4 with you of what we did on Tuesday. So I'm making this video to go through a few of the homework problems. These are directly from your homework of 4.1, 4.4. Use this to help you if you're struggling, but these are some of the ones I wanted to explain a little bit more in depth so that if you were struggling on them, you have this to reference. So this is the first one. These graphs that they give you sometimes just have a lot going on. And so I wanted to talk through one of them so that basically you knew to pay attention to all the little details of this problem. So the first thing it's asking is, what are the variables of the graph? The variables are always going to be the y-axis here and the x-axis here. We're never including the title. That's not a variable. So we want to choose one that says height and time for the x and y-axis. Height and time. Then this is where you have to really pay attention to the wording and to these sentences. So you will have to read through all of them. Let's look at A. It says the height of the lawn or the grass on the lawn stays constant over time, except for when someone uses lawn seed. Each time someone uses lawn seed, the height does not increase to the same height. Okay, so it stays constant over time. I see it increasing, so I don't really see the staying constant over time. Constant would be like this flat line across, and then using lawn seed would make it go taller. So we're going to eliminate A. Let's look at B. The height of the grass on the lawn increases over time, except for when the lawn is mowed. Each time someone mows the lawn, the height decreases to the same height. So it's increasing. They mow the lawn. It decreases to this height. It's growing, they mow it, it decreases here. Mowing, or growing, then they mow, decreases. And it says they decrease to the same height. So all of these low points are the same height, right? We could kind of draw a line and they would all be the exact same height. So that one looks pretty good, but let's check C just to make sure. C says the height of the grass on a lawn increases over time, except for when the lawn is mowed. That part's the same. But this one says each time someone mows the lawn, the height does not necessarily decrease to the same height. Well, we just talked about how all of these low points here, after it's mowed, are the same height. So B would be the correct answer because they do decrease to the same height. So it's just a minor change there between B and C. So that's where I'm saying really watch your wording. All right, I'm going to jump to one of these. There are no numbers on your graph. The only thing we have to look at is kind of the pattern of what's happening from point to point. So if I look from this point to this point, it's decreasing quite a bit. It's decreasing a little less, and then it jumps way up. So I'm going to look for that pattern in my table. So it needs to decrease a little, decrease a little less, and then jump way up. So 53 to 55, that's going up already. Then it goes up and goes up. So A can't be right because that would be all increasing. B here, from 53 to 49, that's dropping quite a bit. 49 to 48, dropping a little bit less. 48 to 58, jumping way up. That seems to match pretty good. Decreasing, decreasing less, and jumping way up. But let's check C just to make sure. C has it going from 53 to 54, 55, 56. Again, we're back to all increasing. Our graph is not increasing the entire time. So we know B is the correct answer. So again, really watching those little details, even though there are no numbers on your graph. Okay. All right, I'm going to see if I can find... Okay, this one I want to talk about. We have a straight line, and it is decreasing. Anytime you have a straight line, it is going to have a constant rate of change, meaning it's going to increase or decrease by the same amount every single time. So this is going to decrease by the same amount every single time. So I'm going to look for the table where the numbers decrease by the same amount every single time. On A, I already see that they're increasing and then decreasing at the end. I need it to decrease the entire time. Part B, 61, 60, 59, 58. Those are all decreasing, and they're decreasing by 1 every single time. It's decreasing at a constant rate of change. So that one looks right. C over here, we're decreasing, but it's not a constant rate. So since it forms this straight line, we know it has to be the constant rate, decreasing by 1 every single time. So really look out for constant rate of change if you see a straight line. That's going to be a good tell on those problems.